Hello, I'm excited to come to you with another unboxing. So let's take a look and see what we have in the box. You know, I've never gotten into actual racing before, and I've always done, you know, RTR drag race, the SR10 crawlers, short course truck, UDR, stadium trucks, monster trucks, different things like that. I've always had more of an affinity for scale, whereas, of course, racing vehicles don't have any scale, meaning they don't look like any type of a real one-to-one vehicle. The problem with that is that when it comes time to go racing, you can't you can't compete because scale vehicles like UDRs or short course trucks, they can only really race against themselves, and not many tracks or people that go to tracks are utilizing that type of vehicle. And so there's not a lot of people to run with. But everybody is running 1/8 scale. And you can go to a local track anywhere and have a good time racing with something like this. Here we go. So whenever I start into something, I usually like to, go in with very limited budget. So obviously this is probably the most budget oriented Truggy you can get. As you can see, this is the Serpent Sport. This is RTR, comes with everything you need, and it is ready to go right now. It does 4 to 6S. Now, as we open it up, we'll take a look and see what the setup is inside and how it is designed for racing in particular. Now, I chose to go with a Truggy. One thing I never realized, because I was never into Truggies or buggies or just racing in general, was Truggies are bigger, their tires and wheels are bigger, and they're heavier. So they're a lot more durable. And of course, that changes the way they handle, the way they fly, the whole thing. So it's probably an easier place to start from a skill standpoint and really getting used to some type of racing rather than using a buggy. So without further ado, let's hop into this thing and let's take a look and see what we have. All right. Now, this is an older buggy, or Truggy rather. There's nothing new about it. It's been around for a long time, and it certainly is on the budget side of things. Now, lots of online reviews. I'm sure that everybody's going to cover things that I miss. Still, it's always nice to hear somebody else's take or perspective on a thing. I'm a sucker for box art. Aren't you? I just enjoy box art. I think it's really cool how they do the advertising there. And sometimes I'll even cut these out and make them into posters and put them up in my shop. It is really difficult to understand the scale of a 1/8 Truggy. This thing looks huge. Oh, nice. It actually comes with the orange stickers. Actually, and I did want that. I was hoping that it would, because I've seen other people out there where they didn't have the orange. It was just white, and I like the orange. Mine has a black wing. Interesting. So most of them I've seen online are white. I do prefer the black. I think it looks better. So, wow. I mean, just the shocks. This thing is serious. Look how thick that is. Those things are huge. Let's do a comparison. This is a typical 1/10 scale shock. And take a look at that side by side. I mean, just the girth alone is tremendously different. Clearly, this racing Truggy is designed to leap and take jumps and land in one piece. So this does have a protective covering on it, so you have to peel that off. I know that because I watched other videos. So we'll actually peel that off and see how brilliant the color is. So there you go, brilliant color. You have red, black, white. You have that really cool honeycomb. You have the splash. You have a carbon fiber look, more of the honeycomb. It's orange, white, silver, black, with a little bit of red back here. So, and actually some red in the honeycomb area. You could do a lot with wheels and different setups and wings if you wanted to change the look, but keep the stock body. And I like the way the stock body looks. I like the Truggy look over a buggy. So this is it. I mean, this thing is massive. Just look at it. 1/16 scale buggy. Whoa. We almost lost it. Versus 1/8. This thing is huge. Also, the massive arms, shocks, wheels. It's all bigger. It's even bigger than a UDR. And a UDR is supposed to be 1/7. This is even bigger than that. So it is interesting how the scale sort of works out just in the chunkiness and the overbuiltness of everything. It is fantastic. You know, the tires feel firm for sure. They'll probably last a good while. Now, from a racing standpoint, one of the things I noticed is this right here. So you can run 4S, you have dual battery packs, all right? Which is kind of the way the bigger scales go. And you'd run two 2S battery packs right here. Let's see, pretty rigid. Let me actually get you a size for a battery pack and see basically what would fit. Let's measure that. All right, so I have a shorty hard pack here, and this is the same width as any other hard pack, just a little shorter. We'll see how that fits. All right, good. So that's a perfect fit. So it will fit a hard pack, and hard packs are the same length as a soft pack would be, roughly. So we'll just rip that out. It is tight. It is not moving. There you go. So it will fit a larger 5200. I don't have anything bigger than that, so I'm not sure. But it does have some extra length there. Now, if you're measuring, here's the thing. I couldn't find compartment measurements online. It was rather difficult. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the measurement right now in millimeters. All right, so it's about 44 millimeters in width. So it's 154 millimeters to this first gap right here. And then we'll measure that gap. 164 millimeters long. So that way you at least have the right pack dimension for whatever it is that you want to run, or whatever you have, to see if it'll fit. I'm glad. It looked so narrow online that I was concerned if it was going to fit a hard pack versus a soft pack, because I already have 2S hard packs. Now, one of the things I'll say that I've noticed online is 6S has a tendency to tear these trucks up. And I'm not saying you can't run 6S, but I'm saying you run a lot more risk. I think that's probably the case for any larger scale vehicle. When you run 6S, you run risk there. Now, this is super interesting. If you'll look, all of the electronics are here up front, including the motor. This is fantastic. So you have a center diff, then you have the rear diff, and of course the front diff, and all the steering components. But that's amazing. Most stuff that I'm used to, it's back here somewhere. Either it's in the middle going this way, kind of like a Tamiya, or even just a lot of different kinds of buggies. You know, the motors will be up here. The classic styles for them to be all the way in the back, of course. But look at that. This is all the way in the front. And then your batteries, if you run a shorty pack, the benefit would be you can cut foams to fit, and you can have your weight distribution dialed in. based upon your driving, track conditions, what have you, and you can run shorty packs. That's what I like about shorty packs is the weight distribution can vary, and it'll change the way your truck flies, lands, and takes corners. But look at the weight distribution. This is going to be just perfect, and it's so inboard with the motor, and you're not all the way at the edge. I mean, it's just fantastic. And you have a battery on each side, which gives you perfect weight distribution. So really excited to see how this goes. We'll be taking some film of this thing running. You can go online already. I see a lot of guys running it. We'll be running it on the local track to have some casual fun with the guys. So let's put the body back on. All right, wouldn't be a true unboxing without looking at the radio equipment as well. Oh, comes with some bullet connectors. That's cool. For your race packs. That's one other thing I love about race packs that I didn't know until I built a race car, an on-road car that I never run because there's nowhere to run around here, but is how you can just interchange, you know, whatever you have if you just get the right adapter. So it's pretty neat. And this is the radio. All right, so you have your throttle steering trim. You have your dual rate on both throttle and steering, which is really nice. And your reverses. That's it, just a very basic 2-channel radio. That'll be a fine place to start until you can upgrade to something better. So, well, we'll see how it runs. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really excited about being able to go out and run with the guys at the local track and have a good time. Wow. All right, well, it broke immediately on launch. So let's see what happened. Oh, the pinion is loose from the shaft completely. I'm revving it and the pinion is not, it's just floating all around. All right, let's see what size that is. What is that, about a 2? Okay, this was much easier than I was thinking it was going to be. Apparently, if you remove the top set screw, the entire motor slides right out, and there is a hole in the motor mount that allows you to adjust the pinion screw. It's a brilliant design. So not a big deal, only take you a few minutes to do, and then you can slide it right back in. This was an easy fix. All right, I added this little netting right here in order to protect from all the mud and gunk and junk that's gonna get and all the dust that's gonna get inside of here. And they Velcro to the side, so it's best to do it when it's brand new so it doesn't have any filth at all. And I put the Velcro down, and then it has a zipper. It's also elastic, so it holds tight around the open ends. And it has a zipper, and so you can unzip it to get to everything very easily, and then just simply zip it back up.
You know, a handy tip I have for working on RC cars is to keep little magnets around and to put them on your tools, keep them around, because if you ever lose a piece or have a piece drop, or if you want to hold on to a screw, just push it all the way down to the bottom and insert it, and the screw will stay. Then just slide it up when you're ready to remove the tool, and you'll be good to go.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.